All right. Can you feel it? Okay. Let me just find my brushes. Tengo caja de brushes. Huh? Ah, maybe. But I need a couple of little small brushes. Just so you guys know, we had the eclipse, and today is very windy. I know that means nothing. So, but we did have the eclipse, and we've been having like dust storms, like crazy, pretty heavy duty dust storms. Okay. What I'm looking for right now is a paintbrush big enough. That's not even. Okay, check it out. This is just a real simple paintbrush. You would normally use, actually, you know what? I'm gonna use this one. She's good. Look at that. I'm gonna give her this one so she could take the gold off. I'm gonna use this little bitty one, and I'm gonna paint some black. I got me a little bucket of black. I need to paint some on the trim, and then we're gonna put some resin on this thing. What do you guys think about that? So, aquí tengo un broche para ti y un broche para mí para pintar afuera. Toca así. ¿Sí? Los huequitos. So what's happening? Okay, watch. I'm going to turn this around so you guys can see what's going on. So what we have here is a pretty beautiful piece that we did. This came up, this is, by the way, the chicken bus. I'm letting you guys watch this because it's educational. But I need to talk to you guys about homeless veterans. Very important thing. And I've been talking about it all morning. And why it's important now? Well, I got to change the angle of this phone because whenever you got the sun blazing like it is, you guys, I'm not kidding you. When I tell you the sun is just cooking us here, bro. No joke. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I got to do this. I apologize for not having this set up in advance because when you do jobs like this, it's very hard to get the camera angle just right. Okay, you see that? See what we're doing here? This is basically, this is copper and it's a foil. Okay, and what we do is just paint it on. Excuse me, it goes on in sheets. I did one tutorial on this, and this is all we do to take off the excess is just take your little brush like this and just touch your foil. And what's left behind, I'll show you. If you weren't ready for this, I'm sorry, but whatever. Here you go. So that is what we're doing. Okay. Now, you guys, all you got to do, if you're playing this on YouTube, this live stream on YouTube, is just put your phone down. Put it on, you know what I mean? Put it as loud as it'll go, and just put your phone down. You don't have to look at anything. You don't have to do anything because I'm about to talk about some stuff that requires not you looking at me. So it's a matter of just, you know, you guys know that you got people where you are that are homeless that have not registered at the VA. They haven't tried to get their medical, you know what I mean? They can get, if they are a honorably discharged veteran, you are allowed to go to the VA hospital and register and become, you know what I mean? So you can go and get yourself checked out. You might have problems. Maybe you were in combat. There's a lot of us out here that are still alive. And so what I'm asking some of you guys, because some of you have made the choice to get out of the country. And, you know, Passport Bros is now a thing. It's a force to be reckoned with. And it always has been since expats have existed. And that goes way, way back to like World War II. And you know what I mean? It's like we are just right now talking about stuff that goes in phases and cycles for all of us people who live overseas. Sorry about that. You got dogs everywhere. What's up with that? We rescue dogs. So you see what we're doing. We're just using this brush to just brush away the excess copper. Shut up. Hey. See? Crazy, right? One dog is so good at detecting homeless people. She is so amazing. She has big old Dumbo ears, and it's a mixture of a mini pin and a Chihuahua. So anyway, I know she is much more beautiful than me, so I'm going to put the phone down and just let her do the work on this. And I'm going to go take a look outside because we have class right now and the kids are outside. So while she's doing that, I'm going to go check out what's happening. So you see what's going on? Okay. So just stick with that and find why these dogs are barking. Then we're going to start mixing up some resin. All right, kids, we're going to take the grill outside and we're going to do it in the garage. Okay. Check this out. All right, so just hang on. Watch this. It's really not necessary to have excess, but you want to knock it off. You're going to pour resin over this, so if it looks sloppy, your work's going to look sloppy. Guys, I don't do this for money. I do this because I think it's fun. And I don't live, I'm building an old school bus house thingy, and this is a part of it. So the only reason why I'm doing these things like this is because it's from the 1960s. And if you resin coat something, it's like a bowling ball. It's solid forever. Now it can melt if it's, hot enough, but for now it's not flammable, which means that your car won't catch fire. So what I did was put strategically placed pieces of Kevlar and strategically placed pieces of Nomex, so that in the event there's a brush fire and I got to drive into the damn thing, I don't set my car on fire. So that's a plus. Okay, look at that. See how pretty that is? Watch this. Just gonna knock off all that excess because you don't need it. You don't want this to be like this. I mean, it's cool and all, but you don't want your black pieces to have, you want a distinction line. You want to create a bit of, because this is black, right? This part right here is part of the black that's on the truck. So what I'm doing is I'm causing a contrast with the copper. I just take this and I just tap my holes like this, okay? And then once I've got all this off, like this, like off, like it doesn't take that long. You just do the damn thing, right? Take it off. And when you see little ones like that, you just pop it like popping bubbles in a screen. And you don't want to have excess. You just want to have big old patches. This is antique, so it doesn't need to be perfect. Which is if you like doing stuff that looks pretty, but you're not a good artist, this is the easiest thing you could possibly do. You glue whatever it is that you want to stick the sheets to. Do I see that wind? Oof, it's terrible. And I got to do resin. Okay, so, but there's a couple modifications I got to do to this. I'm going to show them to you first. First is because this came off the original. This has been on the truck since 1969. So you can see right here, there's a big old indentation like that. So that's a problem because when I look at it, I see a big fat dent. See what I'm saying? It goes like that. It's like a big old golpe, like a tronco. See what I'm saying? And that, even though that's like you don't see it with your eyes, you put this truck in a car show, their eyes are gonna go right to that bullshit. Not that I think it'd be cool to be in a car show, but I don't care to compete in a car show. I drive a show car, a show van, or whatever you want to call it. It's a chicken bus. To me, it looks like all the work I put in and all the art that I painted, all the furniture, all the stuff I like to do, just to teach everybody how to use this foil stuff. So you can do this with gold. It's called gilding. You do this with gold, silver, anything that's made out of anything. I think the only thing that it won't stick to, well, besides the obvious, but it's one of these things that you have to cover it up. You don't just leave it like this, okay? Now I'm checking for it to make sure that it's not too bent out, because it looks like this part right here, it looks like it was bent in. So I'm going to take a piece of wood or something, and I'm going to put it here. And then I'm going to hit the other side on this side so it'll bend forward a little bit. So that will probably take that crease out right there and it'll push this shit back in. Because like I said, 1969, and the fucking thing has still got 4 wheels on it. So I'm lucky to have that, right? So let me just do this. Find my big old dent in this thing because it's fucking huge. And there it is. So I'm going to put this. See? I'm going to put this on a piece of wood. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to take a hammer and put it on the back of this, and I'm going to hammer this down so that this, which has a big old like indentation in it, goes like that, will pop out. Okay, so come with me. Okay, so here I got my little indentation. Right here is dented down. So what I want to do is I want to turn this over like this. I'm going to check this out, see if it's just not something I can push out with my hands or whatever. See? And that's all you got to do, push down on it. No V. Solo vista. Okay, so find your measure twice, cut once. I don't want to bang this up too bad. So it goes in right there. So that means the center of it is right here. Okay, good, boy, good. Very, very good. Holy shit, I did. Okay, let's do that again. Got me here. Check it. Wow, I'm a fucking blacksmith and I didn't know it. Wow, check that out. Wow, I took the dents out of the fucking, that's amazing. It looks like I got a little bit of a, okay. But that's smooth, right? Check that out. I took a dent out of that shit. Wow. Well, happy birthday to me. That's how this is, man. That's how this is. Now, watch. This is the next step. Once you got all your gold out there, and it's okay if you have too much. It's not okay. You have to live. So what I gotta do is that right there, that spray can right there. Okay. Watch this, you guys. Watch. Because it's a little windy in here, you want to go where the wind is going outside. Take this, spray it all down. Backside, spray it all down. And this is important. This transparent you want to put on all your little antique pieces. It's got rust on it. You want the rust to be there. You spray it with transparent clear. So now it's got to sit for a few minutes. We're going to let that sit. And I'm going to put it on the table. And I'm going to paint just a little bit of black. Because you see right here, I mean, you probably think, oh, that looks cool. It does look cool, but it looks sloppy. This truck right here, okay, the Volkswagen factory in Puebla. This right here was supposed to go into the showroom in the museum for their 80th anniversary in Mexico. The coronavirus came, this got stolen, and it took me like 6 months to find the damn thing. But I got it, it's right here, and this is one of the rarest trucks ever made in this country, and it's an antique fire truck. So we're gonna let this dry, and I'm gonna put some little bit, just put a tiny bit of paint on it, but let this dry. Now you can run you a bead of tape along there like this. And you'll take your spray paint and just come at an angle like that. But sometimes that is not good. You want to go back a bit further, like this far. Okay, just to demonstrate. Look how far away. Like this is the distance of the can. Like this is how far you would spray if you were trying to make some heavy coverage. This is not that case. This is an antique piece. So as you add more stuff, you get to see more screw ups. And you don't want to paint over top of your foil. Okay, you don't paint over top of the foil because then you'll lose all your gold, and or in this case, copper. And so here's what I do. I take a little piece of cardboard. Don't need to be very big at all. Like that. And this one's stuck to a piece of towel. So all you do is take and block off. So cover up. Resin, by the way, guys, is not to fuck with. If it gets stuck on you, you're gonna be singing songs. Stuck on you. Got a feeling down deep in my soul, and I just can't do it. That song was old when I was a child. Okay? Distance. So here's one short distance. That's not what we want. We're in a long distance, and the air is coming through here like this. So to keep from painting everything in your friggin' house, you're gonna point this away at a distance, like that. So this way you don't spray your house down or your neighbor's car. Okay, antique, there it is. I got a little bit of dust on there. That's it. So I'm saying I'm going to put rest on the outsides over here. Like I said, do not try this at home. So you got your clear on there. You're going to let that dry for a minute. It's going to come up with a very beautiful black and copper polka dots. See that? Now, when I put resin on this, I'll blow your damn mind. So watch what I do with this black. Only going across the edge, like this from a distance. So you're dusting the outside, the corners. The reason why you want the corners and the insides is because of rust. Because this obviously very old, still alive. I'm rounding off my corners because I want to keep that on the inside. So I'm rounding that off. See the technique? Now I'm going to take a tape for the outside. But I'm going to dust this too because it's too much. I want that to be faded gold. Actually, it's copper. 2, people gotta look. Hey, what the hell is that? It looks like dirty or something. Yeah, look real close. Okay. Now I got this piece, and this one's a little bit longer.
Mhm.
Okay. Take a look again. Now this is a good point because it looks like a piece of the base coat for this. And you close up the gaps. So there are holes. So when you touch this off, watch. You're gonna just go from a distance like this. And you're gonna mute out the excess of the copper. See that? Now it's black on copper. So you'll see less copper. And this is a black continuation. You're gonna move this down like this. Seal it off, make sure no holes. Again, distance. Reason why I'm doing this because it's very windy right now. You're gonna go to the corner, align your corner with your cardboard, like so. Okay, can you see how the holes, as long as there are no holes, this is not gonna go through. So go like this. Round this off, round the corner. Round it off. And you're just gonna dust it. So it's muted. It's not too shiny, it's muted. Round off your corners so it's nice and clean looking on the tips. Let this sit. And that is how these turn out. Turds and everything. So you see that right there? That's a little too shiny. I would just a little bit, not take it all off. See how this turned like kind of brown? That's acceptable because that looks like rust. It's okay for it to look like rust. This is what this is, a classical piece. But there's a lot of shit, you know what I mean? If you let it look sloppy, people don't respect it. But this is not the time. So I'm going to go over this once with clear. I'm going to lock that in, that copper. Okay. Let it sit, leave it alone. Now, if I really want to get creative, I can take a bronze packet of this. This is very cool stuff, by the way. This is mica. And you can mix this in with paint and make, do cars or whatever in shiny red or whatever, silver, gold. But this does not contrast with this color. So this isn't the color that I would use. I would use darker colors on a lighter piece and then lighter of this on a darker piece. And as you can see, this also black, completely in black. When this shines at night, it turns emerald green. It's beautiful. And there you have it, guys. I'm going to let this sit for a while. I'm going to let this dry. The next thing that we're going to do is the resin pour on that. And that'll be the end of this one. We're going to go and install that because I took out all those fat fucking dents that you can see. And now it's flat. So now, as far as my purpose in doing videos for veterans, there's a lot of people that love trying to help people out. And I'm one of those people. There's nothing wrong with helping people out. There's nothing wrong with being a bit philanthropic. I mean, Ayn Rand would probably disagree with me as far as like humanitarian stuff, but it seems almost instinctual to me to help others. You guys know what? It was so early this morning when we did that live stream that, I mean, I have to, I have glasses now I have to wear. If it's too bright, I can't see, so on and so forth. But this morning as I was watching, I mean, I was watching people come. I believe I was. I think I was on Instagram Live, uh, Facebook Live, maybe, and YouTube. And what I was watching was really, I'm just asking that people share my videos and comment, and then like that video, so that I can get some eyes and we can have some conversations. Because there's a lot of things to teach over here, and a lot of things to learn, a lot of things to talk about that apply to veterans, that apply to passport bros. Because what I've observed and what I have, I mean, they're not even hiding it. This is a group of people who calls themselves the New World Order, which has decided to take it upon themselves that they want to be against human beings or human race, or maybe it was just the United States or whomever, by doing all the things that we've been talking about that I don't care about right now, because in Mexico, none of that stuff exists. And if you're a dude that just wants to get out, when you get out of the military and you go home and it sucks, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna have to go somewhere else. There is nothing. Go see your family. You know what I mean? Go pretend you're on leave. Go get your affairs in order, and then get on the next plane to investigate where you want to live. Because once you apply for your veterans benefits, it's all just a matter of time. Because you got to, you know what I mean? Think about it. If you're a scrambled mess and you go to the VA hospital and the wait when you have an appointment is in excess of 1 or 2 or 3 hours, then when you go to see said doctor, they said, I apologize, I can't see you today because I haven't had my lunch yet. Then that would discourage a guy like myself who was literally ready to jump off the fucking roof because like I need some therapy. I'm not sure what's, how to deal with this and blah. It was a psychiatrist that literally had the entire unit on benzodiazepines. They didn't know back then that benzos, like whatever those are now, I can't remember, it's been so long, are highly addictive. And there are people who die when they detox from them, and they hallucinate. And they could, yeah, you can die from withdrawals from benzodiazepines. So what they don't expect is that you're going to abuse them. So here we have a slew of veterans that are giving pure benzodiazepine, and every single one of them ends up homeless. Every single one of them goes literally from being wherever to living in the fucking woods. They have been living overseas, stationed overseas, been in the military a long time. And here we are. They don't look like that anymore. Now they're all skinny, or maybe they got fat. Maybe they're wearing glasses now. Maybe they're out of shape. They don't look the chiseled jaw Marine they used to be. And that's okay. As far as I'm concerned, you could be from Mars. It's just a matter of what you're willing to just focus on for a little while. It isn't that much to ask. It isn't that much for, a player like me to house, a whole festival of people. It's not a big deal. It's all a matter of logistics and how much help I can get. Because I've taken people to the WWE. I've had front row seats at every wrestling match. I've got all the kids from the brigades. I've got all the kids from the academy and their parents and their siblings on the front row of AAA, and have them take pictures with all the stars and get their signature. So every single thing that you would want to have as a kid who's a fan of wrestling, and then have your teacher, your mentor, your professor invite you to go see the thing that you like the most. Boys need things like this. That's why we go to strip clubs, because we want to be entertained by something we can't have. We go to clubs, can't have it. It's not permanent. It's not that good anyway. It might get you in trouble. So as you can see, guys, as we go through this whole cycle, as veterans get out of the military, they find no purpose in life. They found themselves still acting up because when you have PTSD, you have these explosive arguments with people with no for no reason. And it comes out of left field. So what I'm finding is that I understand that California is putting an express lane for veterans to get their benefits and find homes if they're homeless, and yet to come in and get themselves checked out. So a veteran that hears the now post CCP has stopped by in California and had all those secret meetings and stuff about its people and what they're going to do with everybody after they cleaned everything up. You got to make you wonder if there's still people that want this. I don't want any part of it. So that's what I'm saying is like, be free for your own reasons. They're not here to help you. They're to lie to you and steal from you. So there's that. And if veterans lose funds any more than they already have, 9/11, I wandered into the VA hospital and as post 9/11, I went to the VA hospital. Now, I think I had just gotten off administrative hold. I was so scrambled up. I only had one ID. I had flown from Germany to the United States on a brand new passport. See, my ex-girlfriend thought it would be a good keepsake. Since we were going to stay together anyway, she'd steal my passport. So that worked out good for her. Got a little picture of me when I was like 20-something years old. And I looked like a junkie back then, too. Back then, I was a Rolling Stone. It didn't really matter. If you upset me, I just fucking disappear. That's all you need to do. Just upset me. Poof. Adios. I'll never fucking talk to that person again. See, veterans like us have been through some shit and have had stuff happen and have had a life that of that of a 50, 60-year-old man at 20-something years old. So there's no comparison your friend's life with yours. In fact, even those who try to compare their life to your life as a veteran, you see what I'm saying? It's like you're sizing people up that work at fucking NASA. You don't need to size us up. Now I realize it's instinctual for men. Walk in the fucking door, and the first thing I want to do is see who I can fight, whose ass I could beat, because that's what we do. That's what we do. We're always sizing other dudes up. Do you have any idea what it's like in Colombia, it was fucking bad. These dudes are like ninja level cock blockers. Now, I had a couple dozen veterans come down to Medellin and meet wives that they mentioned, elderly girls he actually married, and find girlfriends, long distance bullshit. And now I look back, and almost every single one of those guys is with the same women, dude. I'm like, yes, because I had my doubts. Because, like I said, and this comes for all you guys, is that if there's somebody with a blue fucking check in your girl's DMs, they ain't there to say how pretty they look. They are there to get in them fucking guts. So don't play that shit. If your girl's got some other dude with blue check that is writing on all our shit, liking all our shit, dude is fucking, see what I'm saying? He's trying to he's stunting. And I don't play that shit. Motherfuckers in Colombia, they are the worst cock blockers on the planet fucking Earth. They are amazing though, because they are so slick and so smooth. And I'm looking, I'm like, I could kill you, right? That's right. Because you realize I'm here for a jiu-jitsu tournament, and you playing this shit with me. I'm just telling you, I'm not trying to be a badass or anything. I'm just letting you know, because you're fucking around. And these coming guys try to play it off. They don't want to insult you or anything. No, by you doing that insults me, bro. So fucking keep playing. And they don't want, you see what I'm saying? Because they don't want to cause any violence. Colombians are very peaceful dudes and girls. They are so sweet and so nice. There just happened to be one outlier that 3 different occasions. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? I'm talking to this girl. Yeah, but I was talking to her before you. No, you weren't. He was a cockblock. And he would lie and lie and lie. But you know what? At the time, I didn't think very highly of myself anyway. I did not think not 6 inches above me than I did when I was in Panama. Because, guys, as you get older, you realize how shitty you are. As you get older, you realize how bad you've been with people. And as a result, people have been bad with you. And as a young guy, I took it all personally because I was under the impression I was being attacked. And a lot of times it is, and a lot of times it's your own imagination. So I'm just going to tell you guys up front that don't take no shit from nobody. Do not accept people's lies. If they're lying, you need to tell them to their face that that is not true and that is some bullshit. I don't know what you're trying to do. Use those phrases like that. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you lying to me? You don't got to lie to me. And then take a step back and then just do like I was telling you guys in the morning. If you guys watched the online class when I was doing the boxing classes, that was yesterday actually. I was doing the boxing classes, and the way to properly do hooks that are more effective, in my opinion, doing hooks like this. So I'm going to come forward, I'm going to come through, and I'm going to come clean horizontally and horizontally. And those are your knockout punches. So if you can manage to get the footwork right on these, you do it by touching your knees. You reach down, touch your knees, and just like in baseball, just like in golf, just like in boxing, you're going to twist your ankle to go with your punch. And this is the stuff that military guys know because we learn how to fight in the military. And then some of us do it for fun. I mean, I never thought for a fucking minute that I thought me as a little peaceful little boy kid would ever be in a school where I'd be bullied and I'd have to literally fight kids. I mean, think about it. You're like 11, 12 years old. You're super skinny and stuff. If those kids are even a half a pound bigger than you, they're bigger than you and they can push you down. But once you learn how to stand up for yourself, and that means keep your hands up, keep your guard, have your position at a 45-degree angle, and look aggressive. And allow this person to swing on you. If you can defend 30 seconds, boom, boom, boom. At 30 seconds, they have nothing left to give except up. So, Veterans Without Borders is a charity. It is a not-for-profit charity. You do not need money to be involved in the Firefighters Without Borders. You do not need to be a firefighter to be in the Firefighters Without Borders. It is a bonus because we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know. Ex-military guys, we all talk in the same language, so if you're a veteran, you'll adapt. Also, if it's a problem or if it's a positive, we do activities very frequently, very often, very far away. And just say you're down here and we need to go to Guadalajara, well, that's 3.5 hours away. And I drive an Audi A6. It's not slow, but I get up and I get after it and I go through all the tolls, the shortest distance. We get there 3.5 hours. You're already at the doctor's office getting your teeth done. So you see what I'm saying? It's more of a matter of there's nothing really inconvenient if all you focus on is time. There is nothing that is expensive or impressive that's materialistic when you don't think about money. Girls do not find a hierarchy above myself when we're dating somebody because it really is a matter of investment for me. And I'm the only one who loses out. So if you're a veteran, you have your benefits, and you just need somewhere to go. Somebody's going to hold your hand. I could do that. If you need to stay in the Airbnb, we could do that. If you need your own Airbnb, we could do that. And your participation trophy will not be given out because there are none. In between classes or in between retreats, we have people that stay at the castle, and basically in exchange for checking in guests and like taking the dogs out and stuff like that, you get to stay there for free, which is actually a very big positive, because if I have groups of veterans that show the locals that A, we can be trusted, B, we're safe to be around because we're badasses, and you don't need the government involved if you have small, groups of guys that keep an eye on small towns. Now, different in the United States. I'm telling you guys about a small town that takes 3 minutes to go from one end of town to the other. And then on each side is nothing but just ruins and, corn crops or whatever. And mud bogs and rivers that look like they're full of shit. So it's very cool to be that remote. It's not convenient if you don't have stores to go to if you need shit. So there's 10 stores, both sides of the road, right by the castle, so you can always get your own shit. And my last part is this: is that you got to realize too that this castle is it's absolutely older than 200 years old when it was founded, and the real number, by the way, is 786 BC when that area was founded. Now, the castle, it's not been dated. I'm taking a piece of one of the very old bricks that's down, that has little bits of, organic material in it, and I'm sending it off to the university to be tested. That will give me the date when the bricks were made. You see, you can have bricks, they last forever. So even if you did have a brick that had some, fibrous material in it, at least I would have close to the same century. So there's a lot of bright veterans that come down here. They're way smarter than me, and I wish them the best. And I want all these guys who have got their passports to just do me a favor. I mean, I'm just saying, is that fill up that first page. Fill up the first page of your passport. Don't do it with a bus. That's you're gonna ruin all your book. Fucking just get your, get your stamps in your passports. Now they don't want to give them to you because once you get your electronic ones, well, you make them give it to you. Sometimes you have to force them to give you a fucking visa. Just tell them whatever the fuck you're doing. Get my teeth done. Yeah, I'm gonna be there for like 6 days, but I need a visa because I'm gonna go see this girl after I get my teeth done. Logical. If it's a dude, he'd be like, hell yeah, bro, what's up? Send me some WhatsApp pictures. That's how they are. So veterans, get your asses down here. This is Veterans Without Borders. And it's all very timely for you to get the fuck out of the United States if that's what you feel like doing. Don't D-Rose. Come down to Mexico. Hey, my name is the Professor, and I'm out.